Good day and welcome to Harbor Highlights.
We have a great show for you today, including an introduction from our new principal.
We also have a special report about one of our West Ottawa teachers.
This and more, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Juan.
And I'm Jasmine. Our lift-up reminders this week are to make sure that you talk with your first hour class about what your spot is and where your spot is.
Our all-school practice will be next Wednesday, first hour, and then tape it on Friday, the day before break.
We are all excited to have Mr. Brummel as our new principal. He is doing a great job, and I'm sure his past students are enjoying seeing him at lunch.
Here is an interview we did a while back to find out a little more about him.
So first of all, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I've worked here at West Ottawa for the past 10 years or so and 5 years here at Harbor Lights and teaching social studies, and I'm excited for this new opportunity to be working as your assistant principal for students A through L.
What are 3 ways students can make it happen this year?
3 ways that students can make it happen this year, I think, are being respectful to students and to the adults in the building, giving their personal best each day, and taking chances on new things while they're here at Harbor Lights.
What are some new responsibilities that you have as an assistant principal?
As assistant principal, I'm here to support students and help them every day, even if they're not last name A through L. I'm in the cafeteria. You may see me around the halls and really trying to help kids when they need something. I'm also here to help support teachers and make sure that they feel comfortable and feel like we're having very successful days here at Harbor Lights.
What do you like about being assistant principal?
I think my favorite thing about being assistant principal here at Harbor Lights is that I know so many of the students and the teachers, and I'm able to get around the building. We have a large building. It's been great seeing kids that were formerly in my class and being able to connect with teachers.
Did you ever think that you're going to be an assistant principal?
Yeah, this is a goal that I've had for a long time that I've been working towards. I went to Grand Valley for my master's degree in educational leadership and then got some experience in working in different things and worked this summer as part of the summer migrant program. So yes, this has been a goal of mine for quite some time.
Thank you for all these great answers, and I know that the students are going to be more happy that we're going to be able to see you around the building more.
Thanks, Mr. Brummel, for all you do at our school, and we hope you are enjoying your new role.
Now over for this week's general announcements.
Hi, I'm Caden.
And I'm Tyler.
The lunch specials are Monday, meatball sub, Tuesday, chicken and cheese enchiladas, Wednesday, chicken drumstick.
Thursday, chicken egg roll, and Friday, creamy pasta Alfredo with chicken.
Knitting club does not meet today, but will meet again next week. Calling on Colors will be meeting Thursday this week, December 13.
The annual Harbor Lights Spelling Bee will take place this week, Wednesday at 9 a.m.
Don't forget to bring in your canned donations to your Homeroom Academy class for donations to the Community Action House.
We already have a few classes with donations, so thank you. Now that we are into the swing of the school year, we thought it might be a good time to review with you the Chromebook expectations.
Here is one of our technology teachers and Kip from Tech Support to fill you in.
Have you ever broken your Chromebooks? Do you want to know how to keep your Chromebooks safe? Hello, my name is Namchip, and today we are going to be interviewing Mrs. Cook, Kip, and Mrs. Posma about the Chromebook. What are a few ways to keep your Chromebook safe?
To keep the Chromebook safe, you want to follow the directions that they gave you when you signed the user agreement. It gave you a lot of good ideas to make sure that you follow the rules. The other important thing is make sure that you carry the Chromebook in the case, especially when you're going from class to class, and make sure the case is zipped, because I know a lot of kids, sometimes they slide out, so make sure that you're using the case that's provided to keep it safe. The last thing you want to do is make sure that when you have your Chromebook at home that you're putting it in a safe place, especially if you have a younger brother or sister. You don't want them messing with it. So put it in a place where it can get charged and where it's away from people that might mess with it.
What are a few of the rules about the Chromebooks?
Again, all of you signed the acceptable use policy for the Chromebook, and there's lots of rules on there, so make sure that you are clear about those. You signed it saying that you agree to follow those rules. Some of the most important ones is make sure that you bring it charged Also, they don't want Chromebooks at lunch, so make sure that you put your Chromebook in the case in your locker before you go to lunch. Also, it's really important that you make sure that you keep your sticker on your Chromebook with your name on it. And sometimes I found like putting clear packing tape over the sticker helps keep the sticker on. And then you can't put other stickers or decorations on your Chromebook. You should also not try to disable or download or try to break through any filters or firewalls. That's really breaking the acceptable use policy, and you're going to get some consequences for that. So make sure you're following the rules. And again, look back to the acceptable use policy that you signed to see what you agreed to for all the rules.
Now we are with Mrs. Cook. What should we do if something in your Chromebook break, and how does the insurance work?
The first thing you should do if your Chromebook breaks is bring it to the library where Mrs. Richardson or Mrs. Dobrez can investigate and see what's wrong with it, and they'll send it on to me to repair. And the insurance, the first time is $10 as long as it's accidental. The second time would be $40, and the third time is $60. But most people only need one repair throughout a year, so $10 is probably the most you're going to ever pay.
This is Kip, who was a student here at Haverlight 15 years ago and now work as West Ottawa in the technology department. What are some of your responsibility of your job?
My primary responsibility is to go school to school and fixing anything from computer issues to audio and visual issues. Also during the summer I help implement projects that can be anything from installing new hardware into the schools or installing software changes.
What are some of the new filters changed this year, and why did they change?
You may notice that there have been some websites that have been blocked. The purpose for this is so that Chromebooks can be used for educational purposes during the school day and so that the students may focus better on our curriculum.
Thanks, Kip, Mrs. Cook, and Mrs. Postma, and I hope that everyone learned more about the Chromebooks and make sure you use it as a tool for learning.
Kip is on staff at West Ottawa as tech support and was actually a student of Ms. Postma's and some other teachers in our school. It was good to see our West Ottawa students career ready and working.
Now over to sports with this week's games.
Hi, I'm Charlie.
And I'm Pete. This Saturday is the home invitational for competitive cheer at the high school starting at 9 a.m.
Girls Swim and Dive have their conference meets this Friday and Saturday at Hudsonville to end the season.
For boys basketball, the white team plays Monday against Mona Shores at the final home game, and Wednesday challenging Hudsonville, Riley, and Thursday against Grand Haven Gold. They are both away.
The black team final games are both away Monday against Mona Shores and Wednesday against Grand Haven White Pines. Good luck in your final games. Now back to the anchors.
Thanks. Our next report we are borrowing from Fox News, and the reporter telling the story is West Ottawa's graduate Erica Francis. She had the pleasure of doing a story on one of our amazing high school teachers.
He is up for Michigan's Teacher of the Year award and is past something you might not expect. Let's hear this story that was aired on Fox News.
Path in life can take an unexpected turn, right? Hopefully for the better, though.
That's exactly what happened to a one-time troubled student who is now up for Michigan's Teacher of the Year.
How about that? Erica Francis joins us with his improbable journey to an unlikely career.
Yeah, so Brian Taylor has been teaching at West Ottawa High School for 14 years now. He says you don't have to have life figured out at an early age, and there are always multiple paths to the same destination. His journey might surprise you, but it's pretty inspiring.
Welcome back, Ian.
If one were to write a book on the perfect teacher,
Nice job.
may we offer up Brian Taylor
He's just the funniest.
as its protagonist.
He's one of the most magnetic, charismatic teachers that we have here.
A sarcastic and caring history buff who teaches about the past
He has obstructed administration of justice.
while focusing on the future.
Found my meaning in life, and it's to help other people find theirs.
Is invested in the students' lives.
And that's why Mr. Taylor hasn't missed a single graduation at West Ottawa High in 17 years.
Literally goes to every event.
It's quite ironic.
So who was right?
You were right.
Because Brian Taylor never made it to his.
I still don't have a high school diploma or GED.
Certainly not normal, and Brian Taylor is not normal, but that's a good thing.
Taylor was a rebel without a cause.
After my first 2 years of high school, I had a cumulative GPA of 1.54.
Without reason, he didn't fit in. He didn't like rules.
Never really found my niche.
Dropping out of his Oregon high school not one or two, but 3 times.
Borrowed gas money from friends and just moved to California. And I decided I would just start over wherever I ran out of gas and money.
He ended up near Santa Cruz, broke with no home.
Borrowed a sleeping bag from my grandma, and it was cloth, and I slept on the beach, and I forgot all about high tide, so the water came up and woke me up because I got all wet, and it took about a week before the sleeping bag dried.
Thirsty for a job opportunity, he started working in a factory.
You know what? I've been here a year, and I started thinking about, could I go back to school?
Open admissions at Santa Barbara City College was calling his name, and there was no need for a high school diploma. He took an entrance exam and got in.
The fact that I could get up and leave whenever I wanted to meant that I never left.
After a year and a half, he transferred to a 4-year university in New York, majored in political science, philosophy, politics, and law. He became a web page developer. Then, after several more improbable events, a teacher.
It just sort of happened.
After 8 long years of school, lesson learned, teaching was his passion.
When I got hired, but our superintendent did not know about that. So she had my transcripts laid on the table and said, I see you started going to high school in Oregon, then you went to California, you went to New York, and then she asked, where did you finish high school? And I'm like, I didn't.
Now, 17 years later, he's teaching his students, past and present, that a high school diploma does not define a person. Character does.
You can take a different path, but you can still end up in the same spot.
The character in this novel went on quite the ride, but what's important is he ended here.
My hope is that it's an inspiration to students that it's not how you start the race, but how you finish it.
That is the smartest thing you've ever said.
Taylor says if you see a withdrawn young person, there is probably a reason for that behavior. Try to establish a connection. When Taylor retires, he hopes to get an honorary diploma, walk across the same stage his students have in the past. Mike, Deanna, back to you.
Wow, quite a story.
And
quite
love
a
the
life.
passion, too.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Congratulations, Mr. Taylor, for what you bring to West Ottawa. And on that note, thank you to all the teachers that work so hard to help us reach our goals as well.
Thanks for watching our show. You won't want to miss next week's show. It's our final show of the calendar year, and we have footage from sports, musical concerts, some holiday singing, and
have a great week. And remember that you are one that can make it happen.
bye.